Hello everyone, this is Dr. Rahul Pete. We are going to discuss the 7 principles and waste of lean and translate them into the software development. By the time you finish it, you should be able to identify and describe the 7 principles and the waste of the lean as they are related to the software development. So we are going to discuss one by one the 7 principles of DevOps and lean. One of these principles is eliminating waste, which is making sure that you are not coding more features than needed. If required, then you can do. If not, then you can reduce it. You are minimizing the hands-off and really not producing anything that is of low or no value. If it is not required, don't do this. This is also means making sure that you are making decision at the right time. Sometimes organization will delay decision, waiting on additional information and worrying about being wrong. If it is, then it will provide a improper impression in front of the customer or the system which is going to adapt in future. In my experience, it is more important to make progress and start learning versus trying to be precise. As long as the organization is set up with a structure to lean and adjust as new information becomes available, it is much better to get started and move forward versus waiting to make a decision, which often can translate to cost of delay. So eliminating waste is one of the most important part for the DevOps application, which will be related to software development. Second, we can discuss about the second principle is building quality, and this is tied also to the Deming code. As we know about that Deming code, quality is everyone's responsibility. So this principle is about making sure that you have quality built into the product and into the process. Not only into the product, it should be into the process. If the process is proper, then product will become a perfect enough it required as per the customer need. The third principle is creating knowledge, which is also known as amplifying learning. This is really where lean software delivery differs from the manufacturing industry. So there is a difference between manufacturing industry and the software industry. So software industries require creating knowledge, information, gathering information, requirement of a customer. Development is constant learning is one of the key factor of this particular principle. We know that there are going to be issues and we need to learn from them and make adjustment and create a proper outcome on the basis of the feedback loop. The feedback loops are extremely important to address this principle, and we will discuss those more in more detail later in the course. So creating knowledge is one of the most important factor for software delivery as per as the manufacturing industries are concerned. So this is a part of your principle, third principle. Next is nothing but your fourth principle is differing commitment, which is about making sure that decisions are made at the right time. If it is not, then it will be a loss of that particular product. After analyzing and consideration have been made in between the customer and the company or the product developer, is one of the most important part of the DevOps applications. Dealing decision can be a valuable exercise because it allows you to the time to gather more information before committing to something. This is not intended to contradict what I have to say earlier. Means अगर आप कमिटमेंट कर चुके हैं कि प्रोडक्ट इस पर्टिकुलर डेट पे इस पर्टिकुलर कंडीशन पे देना है, तो दैट यू हैव टू फॉलो. सो यू नीड टू बैलेंस पैरलाइज विथ टाइमलीनेस of a decision making. If it is not, then you lose the particular product or a particular customer. We can learn from Amazon that they use the concept of one-way door and two-way door decision making. If it is a one-way door, meaning you cannot come back, then the critically it will face the problem with the customers. If we will go for the two-way door, meaning you can come back through that particular information or the particular analysis which will be faced in future. In a two-way door decision making scenario, the behavior I described earlier apply is the decision making behavior with the customer. Making progress is more important and enable faster learning is one of the good key role for the software delivery or the software organization, which will be again a part of your commitment that will be very useful for the customer progress and the company or organization progress. The fifth principle, we can say, as we already discussed about the Amazon one-way door and the two-way door concepts. One-way door cannot come back, two-way door we can come back. Decision making depends on the conditions or the distinction which is available with your organization. Next, we are going to discuss about the fifth principle is deliver fast. The idea of delivering fast is really to ensure that feedback is received early and often. If the feedback is coming early or the customer will give the proper feedback, then it is okay. If it is not, then there is a chance of corrections. Course of corrections in the development. If you use small batches, you should be able to deliver fast, which will allow you to gather feedback at the increased rate. It means if you have different batches in your organization, then you can complete the product as early as possible and deliver it fast. If it will be delivered fast, then you will collect the proper information from the customer or from the team of your member. Then you can modify it or correct it if it is required. So this is one of the most important key factor for the software industry. The sixth principle is respecting people. People are at the center of DevOps and Lean. Both the condition in the DevOps as well as in the Lean, people are at the center. If you are not participating, then it typically fall apart. I believe passionately that people are an organization number one assets. Is one of the key factor. People or the team member are one of the asset for that particular organization. Often though, organization don't behave that they are the assets. It's up to them. It's their thinking. But as per as the DevOps application or the software delivery organization is concerned, it is most important that the people are one of the key factor for that particular organization. Either they are employee or they are customer. I realize that it's about respect for people. I became even more excited about applying the technique and sharing that message more broadly, that respect people is one of the key factor for any organization, which may be manufacturing industry or which may be a software development industry. So if you respect the people, then your outcome or the product or the organization growth will become more and more and more. The final principle is called optimizing the whole. This again is a system thinking approach. You want to make sure that you are not doing local sub or optimization, and that you are optimizing for the entire system, not for the some particular part of that particular system. So if you are optimize the whole thing, then it will be a part of your outcome based result, and that will be again important for the software delivery. So those are the 7 principles of Lean as applied to the software development. It's a part of your manufacturing as well as the you can say that the software development system, but it may be applicable for both the system. In the next lecture, we are going to discuss about the 7 waste of Lean and the software development DevOps system. Thank you very much. If you like this lecture, please like, subscribe my channel. Thank you.